Okay, almost ready to begin here. Oh, okay, okay. There we go. Give me one moment to get Miku into the login queue, and I will figure out OBS. Okay, there. Now, there will be no MSQ tonight whatsoever. This is going to be a leveling roulette and then a bunch of crafting class unlocks. Crafting, gathering, and probably at least a couple of the classes we don't have yet. Um, since last time, I've gotten Scholar and Dragoon to good levels. So we're not going to be worrying about them today, really, at all. Um, might run leveling as a Marauder, to be totally honest. And, that'll probably be, like, a good place to start. And while we are here, let's see. We need to unlock. I think it's Miner, Goldsmith, and Weaver in Ul'dah that we still need to unlock. So, while we're here. Let's grab Miner first. This is our first Gatherer, so... Okay, well met, adventurer. You stand within the Miners Guild, the place where seekers of the realm's mineral wealth gather. With pickaxe and sledgehammer, we miners work rock, earth, that they might yield us ores, fossils, and precious stones, and more. If you have a mind to join our ranks, you'll be pleased to know that we are currently recruiting. Great riches await those with strong backs and keen eyes. A decision you will not regret. You have just taken your first step towards striking it rich. To look at the lands around Ul'dah, one would be forgiven for thinking the region barren of opportunity. But beneath the surface, the scene could not be more different. There lies veins of copper, silver, and gold beyond measure. For as long as he has dwelt in Thanalan, man has availed himself. Uh-oh. Okay. Well. We'll get back to that in a moment. I didn't even honestly register that I was in Halatali, to be totally honest. Okay. Or you pull for me. Sure, whatever. I've found myself very, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm over annoying bad players in this game. I will probably be blocking this Astolfo player immediately after the dungeon is over. Because frankly, I am over DPS pulling for the tank. Or tanks not turning things like enemies around, enemies and bosses. I'm just over it. God, that doesn't deal any damage. Ah, there it is. Oh, we really don't need that. Someone wants to grab the chain. Ah, we have a bard. That's why everything's dying the second, or while we're running. Ah, that was extremely unlucky, actually. Those winches can drop 3 things, and 2 of the things are, like, nothing anyone has to worry about. Getting 2 lightning sprite drops in like 1 kind of sucks. They're, Oh, that deals no damage. Got it. Doesn't even leave you with a status condition. That is... Okay, nothing in this dungeon deals damage. Good to know. At least this dungeon's pretty quick, in all honesty. Okay. I don't know if anyone's new to this. Maybe the white mage? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Oh, hey, did we hit level 25? I was not paying attention. I think he's got, yeah, one more Burning Ward in him. This guy is so much better of a boss now. The old version was god-awful. He would become immune without even, like, a cast bar, so it'd just be, like, out of nowhere. Oh, suddenly my attacks are doing nothing. That's awesome. And there was a lot less structure behind anything he did while he was immune. Healer did good. Anything cool out of the chest? No. Okay. We've gotten a leveling roulette out of the way. We'll do the class quest for Marauder in a bit. For now, I want to unlock the old jobs. Home Meta Adventure, you stand. Let's see, we read that. Yes. Decision you will not regret. You've just taken your first step towards striking it rich. So look at the lands around Ul'dah. One would be forgiven for thinking, okay, yep. There we go. Never before had the Sultanate seen such an influx of migrants. Endless throngs came from lands near and far, spurred on by the dream of discovering the Motherlode. Alas, a harsh reality awaited them. You see, the vast majority of these poor souls were miners in name alone, and they possessed neither the proper equipment nor the training to realize their dreams. To make matters worse, the mining concerns, who in those days held absolute power, did not scruple to exploit them. Presented with a glut of unskilled labor, they proceeded to fill every tunnel to bursting, and atrocious working conditions soon became the norm. Miners were paid a pittance for backbreaking labor, and saw naught of the riches they unearthed. Pushed to the breaking point, the workers banded together to form the Miners' Guild. Hell yeah, unionize. With the aim of improving conditions while protecting the integrity of the trade. Since then, we have sought to educate folk in correct mining practices, both to prevent accidents and curb the impact that our trade has upon the environment. I trust you now have a better understanding of what we do. All that's left is to commit your name to our role. When you're ready to do so, pray speak with me again. I shall guide you through the enrollment procedure. Music to my ears, I, the kind made when one's pickaxe strikes gold. You must introduce yourself to Guildmaster Adalberto right away. Her approval is required if you were to be formally admitted to our ranks. In case you're unaware, Adalberto is perhaps the most accomplished of those miners who still swing a pickaxe. Her understanding of our trade is unsurpassed, and her flair for prospecting uncanny. Her brain, in short, is a veritable gold mine of knowledge, much of it concerning the mining of gold. Jesting apart, you stand to learn a great deal from her. When you are ready, pray, present yourself to Adalberto. You'll find her down the steps yonder over the bar. Okay. Home Meta Adventure, Adalberto is my name, and I'm the master of this guild. I take you wish to become a miner. Well, our doors are open to all who aren't afraid to work hard and get dirty. Thanks to recent advantages in refining techniques, it's now possible to smelt even low purity ores. I mention this because it's allowed us to reopen a number of mines which were long thought exhausted, prompting trade to flourish. Truth be told, with business as it is at the moment, we can't take on enough new miners. And folk make better miners than adventurers, you being a hardy lot. What's more, you're well-traveled, which serves to expand the guild's sphere of activity. Oh, but I'm not suggesting you join solely for our benefit. For your part, you'll acquire skills that will prove to your profit. A mutually beneficial arrangement, I trust you'll agree. So what say you? You'll join us, yes? Sure. I bid you welcome to the Miners Guild. May your toils never go unrewarded. Now then, here's a pickaxe to get you started. It's not the newest, but it should serve a novice well enough. Go on and take it up, see how it feels in your hands. Speak to me again when you're ready, and I'll assign you a little task to help you get into the swing of things. So, crafters and gatherers basically work the same leveling-wise. We're going to get a new quest every 5 levels until the expansions, but we'll talk about the expansions when we get to the expansions. Don't need any of these. And throw that one down on the bottom there. There is instance content for these things, for crafters and gatherers. Mainly gatherers, in all honesty. Crafters have like an area they can go to. But we'll talk about that when we get to it in Heavensward, so quite a while from now, actually. Okay. You look good with a pickaxe, Miku. Now that you're suitably equipped, your training can commence. Miner learns her craft best in the wilderness, with pickaxe in hand. To begin, let's see how you fare with a good old copper ore. Bring me, say, 10 chunks. There are deposits of the stuff throughout Thanalan. I doubt you have to go very far outside the city. Seek some promising locations outside the Gate of the Sultana and the Gate of Null, and swing away. The motion may feel awkward at first, but in time it'll become second nature. Miners use pickaxes and other tools. Yep, okay. Let's see, hold on, where did she say these were? Outside of the Gate of Null, okay. I was like, the Gate of the Sultana actually sounds wrong? Okay, so, these are mineral deposits. We need copper ore, so we needed to gather one. Amazing. Anyways. Gathering is, like, dead simple. There's genuinely almost nothing to it for the most part. Unless you're after some, like, really rare stuff. Which, even then, it's waiting for the time of day and the weather to line up most of the time. There used to be a whole thing where, like, you could have high-quality mines. They, where you could get high-quality, like, materials. Obviously, this material is for crafting, mainly. I'm gonna get to level 5 while we're out here. But this stuff is, like... Or they decided to just do away with all of it and make everything way more simple. Which is honestly the best decision, like, they've ever made for the gathering classes. Makes things take up so much less inventory space. How much EXP does this give? 300? Okay. I just realized I probably don't need to continue to gather copper ore, but... whatever. Let's, you know what, let's gather shards. Oh. Huh. Shards are going to be important for crafting. Especially later. We're going to need a lot of shards and clusters and crystals and whatever. Oh, we have, like, no wind shards. We're going to need to remedy that, actually. These things can be purchased and sold on the market board. The problem is people always want, like, a lot of money for shards, clusters, and whatever. It's, hold on. It's shards, clusters, and crystals. That's it. They're not, like, the best source of EXP, especially not later, but gathering them is, pretty nice. Why do we have so many fire shards? And water shards, specifically. Let's gather some lightning ones. Yeah, that'll give us like a nice big boost to our EXP. And one more so I can hit the muddy water as well. There we go. The worst part about having to level all these classes is that I have to make Miku, like, freakishly ugly for a bit at the beginning. Honestly, later too, but god, the early level stuff looks bad. 10 chunks of copper ore. There you go. Let's see here. 10 chunks, just as I ordered. Well done, Miku. Tell me, is being a miner out like you imagined? Harder than expected, is it? All new recruits say as much. Takes a combination of knowledge, experience, and instinct to know where to dig, yet it's ultimately backbreaking labor that yields you your prize. Make no mistake, Miku, mining is grueling work and you'll be dog-tired most of your waking hours. But tell me, did you not feel invigorated each time your pickaxe struck home? Did you not experience the thrill of triumph when the earth finally yielded up your prize? That is what we miners live for. You may be ripe to collapse, your face caked in weak old dirt, but the promise of discovery drives you on, and the instant you find that which you have long sought, in that sparkling instant, you feel like a god among men. You've made a fine start, and I would see you maintain your efforts. Practice swinging your pickaxe till your arms have learned the motion, then return here. I'll have another little task for you. Go. Oh there, Miku. 'Tis good to see you again. Judging by the blisters on your hands, it's plain you've been hard at work with your pickaxe. Good. You're ready for the next stage of your training. Eorzea is a vast realm filled with diverse environments, and her mineral wealth varies from region to region. Even within Thanalan, there's a marked difference between east and west. If you want to be a successful miner, it's essential you know where to look for what. And for that, you have to become intimate with Eorzea. How else can you expect her to reveal her innermost secrets to you? Getting to know her every square malm is no undertaking, of course, but the yalms soon add up, and as I'm sure you'll find with my next task, I'd like you to seek out 10 bone chips for me. Just so you don't go about it completely blind, here's a hint. You'll find these just beyond the gate of Nald. Now off you go. Happy digging. Yeah, I'm not sure what all we're gonna have to dig up. Oh, whoops. For these quests. I also don't know how far I'm gonna go with the miner quest line tonight. Maybe to 10. 10 sounds reasonable. All right, bone chips. Said beyond the gate of Nald, so I'm assuming it's not going to be in this little opening area, but a little bit further out, maybe over here. Soiled femur, tin ore, zinc ore, lightning shard, but damn. Oh, there we go. Learning Sneak lets us hide ourselves from enemies up to, I believe it's, yeah, it's 4 levels above your own for the start. Oh, come on. There we go. Hoping it wouldn't be stingy. I just hit a 6% miss. Okay, clearly it's not going to be here. She said the gate of nulled, right? Yeah, okay. I'm not seeing. There. Hmm. Am I missing something? Is it like actually over here? No, it's not. Hmm. That's the gate of nulled. Is it like over this way? Bone chip. There it is. Oh, good. We're actually starting to get a percentage on that. That little second percent down there, that is the chance of us unearthing a second item. Um, hmm. Very weird that there's no music out here at night, it seems. Will this level us up to 10? 1,000. Yes, it will. Okay. We can head back to Old then. Most of these, the class quests for these, crafting and gathering classes are pretty bland, to be honest. There's a couple of really standout ones. I don't believe the minor quest line is one of those, though. Here, take these. Ah, yes, precisely 10 bone chips. You've done well, Miku. No doubt you had trouble tracking these down at first, but each chip you found added to your understanding. For your efforts, you've come to know where best to search for bone chips, and so it goes for everything else we mine. Now, in addition to learning where to find materials, you should also make a point of knowing who needs them. For instance, armorers and blacksmiths are our best customers when it comes to ores, while goldsmiths would struggle to ply their trade if we didn't supply them gold and gemstones. Oh, and I mustn't forget the alchemists. Those fellows can never have too much rock salt and cinnabar, and we often rub shoulders with them. In short, know whence it comes and whither it goes. To be sure, you still have much and more to learn, and there's no substitute for hard work. Oh, don't look so glum. Just be thankful you don't have to bleeding memorize all that information. You have a gathering log for such stuff. Make good use of it and you can't go wrong. It's all for now. Keep up your efforts and visit me again when you've spent more time in the wilds. With pickaxe in hand, I'll have another task for you when you've perfected your swing. Okay, I'll take the pants. Okay. Keep going. Ah, there she is, the rising star of the Miners Guild. Oh, don't be like that. I'm only teasing, which is not to say that it isn't true. The fact is, you've been working tirelessly, and you've improved more quickly than I could have hoped. Indeed, I think you're already ready to handle, or I think you're ready to handle the task in the name of the guild. As you probably know, we receive orders from various parties, but most come from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. The concern actually owns this hall, but they've kindly given us the loan of it. In return, they get first pick of the guild talent to work their mines. On occasion, they send requests for us to procure less widely used minerals, commodities required in quantities too small to warrant anything beyond an ad hoc arrangement. One such request happens to have arrived just now, and I want you to take care of it, Miku. This time, the concern needs 10 pieces of obsidian, and I'd like you to procure them. You have the best luck in searching around the hammers in western Thanalan. Alright. That, It's just occurred to me that, God, we have all these terrible shields that I could get rid of. I'm trying to keep Miku's inventory more or less clean as we go, but, you know, it's difficult. These quests actually don't show you where anything is, either. Which, you know, I suppose is, fun, I guess. Alright, let's see. What do we got in this area? Fire shards and water shards. I didn't mean to have quick gathering on for that. When we fill out, like, when we add something to our gathering log, when we, like, record, like, our first instance of grabbing it, we get, like, an EXP bonus. It's, pretty small, though. At least, while we're doing stuff that isn't exactly our level. Still need... Huh. I feel like we're not getting to that one. Okay. Where did she say? Hammerly? I think it goes without saying, but these classes basically get fuck all for like battle stats. They get basically no HP. And they have a whole 7. We have 7 auto attack damage. Crazy. Okay, obsidian, here we go. We're probably not getting to level 15 without, like, significant grinding. So this is where I will, like, stop Miner for the night. We'll move on to unlock the Weaver, and I think Goldsmith is the other one. All right. I suppose the Weaver's Guild is probably the best one to go for next. And these ones will go a bit faster because you don't really have to go anywhere. The most we'll probably have to do is like a couple trips to the market board, maybe. I'm gonna try to not cheese the crafting quests or the gathering quests, but these can be cheesed. She does not check if you mined 10 pieces of obsidian. She checks if you have 10 pieces of obsidian. So if you go to the market board and buy 10 pieces of obsidian, you can just finish the quest immediately without looking for them. There is one crafting quest that I know we're going to have to do that for. Oh, this is some fine obsidian. The concerned will be well pleased. In case you were wondering, the spoils of your labor are bound for the Colosseum. I'm told there's to be an exhibition featuring ancient arms. One of these is the Makuahuitl. I got nothing. A wooden sword with shards of obsidian embedded in its edge. Before man learned to work metal, he used various kinds of stone to craft blades for his weapons. Obsidian was among the most coveted thanks to its razor-sharp edge it could achieve. These days, of course, blades are commonly forged of steel, and obsidian has fallen out of favor, but there's still folk out there willing to pay good coin for it nevertheless. As an ambitious young miner, you'll do well to pay attention to such customers. Make the effort to stay abreast of demand, and your efforts will be more richly rewarded. You continue to impress with your progress. It's past time you learned how to use a sledgehammer. It's a secondary tool we use in conjunction with the pickaxes, thus equipped. You'll be able to break outcrops of rocks of bedrock and get the precious minerals within. Well, what are you waiting for? Go find a rocky outcrop and give that sledgehammer of yours a swing. Yeah, give me the hat. The hat seems like way better. So yeah, Miner has an off tool. Basically, there's blue gathering points where you have to use the, whatever you have equipped in your offhand, and it'll pull the stats from that. Okay. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the wellspring of old fashion. For humble thread, our peerless artisans weave wonders, dreams, and fabric form. We are renowned as Eorzea's finest purveyors of quality textiles, and as her foremost arbiters of style. Needless to say... Oh, hello, Jay. Good morning. Needless to say, such renown was not one without effort. Ours is tremendously demanding profession, you see, but also a highly rewarding one. It is little wonder that so many adventurers have set their hearts upon joining us. Might you be one of them? I thought as much, and I'm sure you're eager to learn all about our illustrious industry. As I'm sure you know, Thanalin can be a perilous place, but its vast desert... Oh my god, they're going to tell me a story. Its vast deserts won't, to push the unprepared. While a menagerie of ferocious beasts stalk the sands, the greatest foe is, of course, the midday sun. And so ever since man first set foot in this region, he has favored light, flowing fabrics that shield him from the sun's rays while allowing his skin to breathe. Of course, Uldans have ever been a people of taste, and demand for more extravagant design spurred innovation, resulting in textile goods whose appeal extended far beyond our borders. Merchants had little trouble selling Uldan fabrics in foreign markets, so great was their reputation for beauty and quality. And when traders from those same markets sought to peddle their lesser products in Thanalan, well, it gave little cause for concern. Sun silk tapestries is synonymous with the textile trade in Ulda, you see. Those who come here hoping to peddle cheap rags swiftly learn the price of doing business in our territory. Wiser men and women with an interest in our trade choose instead to join the guild, which the company generously operates for the betterment of the Uldan society. I'm sorry, hold on. I don't know that this guild is operating entirely, ethically. We offer our members the tools and techniques needed to become successful, and should they prove themselves especially skilled, they may even be offered direct employment as Sunsilk Weavers. Just imagine, adventurer, your designs could one day dictate the course of Uldan fashion. If you desire such fame and influence, then you might be granted a place with us, provided you are willing to embrace hard work. To ensure candidates can endure the rigors of our profession, our guildmaster has taken it upon himself to evaluate each one personally. When you're ready to submit yourself to his rigorous scrutiny, say the word. Are you ready to meet the guildmaster? Yes, I am. Excellent, though I do wonder if your attire is appropriate for the occasion. You'll find the esteemed Redolent Rose supervising guild operations over yonder. He is... How shall I put this? He is relentless in his pursuit of excellence. So long as you demonstrate that you are similarly committed, he will treat you fairly and with respect. What do we have here? Another adventurer in search of thrills and excitement? Shall I dance you a merry jig? No? Well, if this fails to please you, I suggest you run along. Perhaps the women of the Ruby Road Exchange will be more to your liking. Oh, so you mean to become a weaver? Then we have something to discuss after all. I shall be blunt, weaving is an art, and like all true artists, we must make sacrifices and suffer for our craft. So tell me, adventurer, are you prepared to suffer? Yes? So you say, but only time will tell. In any case, you'll need equipment to get started. This needle should suffice for now. I need not explain what a needle is, I trust. Good, then hold it as you would when sewing and show me you're ready to begin. Oh. I love the bots. They're great. This man handed me a rusty needle? I'm gonna try my best to keep these, like, somewhat organized. I make no promises, though. Well, well, you look like you were born to hold one of those. Even so, I'd suggest you keep it somewhere safe, especially when clambering over haystacks, as I shan't be issuing you another. Now, you certainly look the part, but it remains to be seen if you can play it. I bid you craft me a spindle of hempen yarn, a trifling task, yes? Well, I do hope you find it so. Should it seem even remotely testing, you have no future at this guild. To make hempen yarn, you will require moko grass and lightning shards. The former can be purchased from our own dear Jijima. The latter you'll have to find yourself. That is all. Okay, the moko grass should be in here. Just 2. 2 is honestly too much. Oh, wait, hold on. I read that wrong. We need another. There we go. Okay. Oh, right. It may seem like we're never going to go anywhere with these, but I am going to need the Mount Roulette on this either way. Because we are going to go places with crafters and gatherers. Honestly, I should craft like a bunch of that shit. Let's get like 10 Moko grasses. Okay. The goal is going to be the level 10 quest for everything tonight. The guild storylines don't really start until like level 15 generally, so here you go. Take the hempen yarn. Well, bless my soul, she can follow basic instructions. It would seem you have grasped the fundamentals. Good girl. Yarn and cloth may be mere materials, but they must be crafted with no less care than a whole garment. For though the finest garments are greater than the sum of their parts are invariably the finest. Do you remember this, Miku, as you continue your training? Practice making yarn and other simple items, and return once you have attained a basic level of proficiency. Tedious, I grant you, but necessary, and you did tell me you were ready to suffer. So, every single one of these quests is going to hand me one of these. All of them. We are not level 5 yet. Hold on. What's another thing I can craft? Oh, I can just make the cloth. Hold on. That's probably what he's going to ask me for. Back so soon? Very well, let's resume your training. Since we last spoke, you will doubtless have spent your time making the basic products of our trade, namely yarn and cloth. Now I would have you take such basic products and craft whole garments from them. Make 3 pairs of hempen breeches and present them for my inspection. You'll be working with hempen cloth and yarn this time, as well as a little bit of leather. Jijima can furnish you with the materials to help you get started. But eager as I am to see the fruits of your labor, it would be remiss of me not to mention that there are more economical methods of procuring that which you need. For example, the Moko grass, which you have been dutifully making yarn, can be freely gathered out in the wild. It costs 2 gil, bro. I do not need to purchase... Or I do not need to gather 2 gil items. That said, one can't simply rip it up out of the ground with one's hand. A scythe is needed, as well as working knowledge of botany. Have you perchance made acquaintance with a botanist or two? If not, I heartily recommend that you do. They are attractively earthy, without seeming dirty, and useful besides. Having said all that, I will not accept a newfound passion for botany and its practitioners as an excuse for the late delivery of your breeches. So don't keep me waiting. Okay, so the hempen breeches... We're gonna need another undyed hempen cloth. So we're gonna need 6 hempen cloth total. Hold on. Give me my calculations menu. There we go. Make high quality stuff. There we go. Oh, we're gonna need a lot more yarn, actually. High quality stuff gives better stat bonuses when it's crafted, but it also just generally gives you more EXP when you finish crafting it. Okay, we're gonna need more Moko grass. Hold on, wait a minute. He gave me 40 of it. Okay, hold on, so I need to make the hempen breeches. Is that down here? There it is. So, yeah, we still need leather. Do you sell leather? She does. Well, there's the first one. We still need 2 more hempen yarn. There we go. Generally speaking, using high quality items in a craft makes the quality meter of that craft just go up naturally. Like it starts at a higher number. There. Oh, I did not craft the third one. I should probably craft the third one. Okay, take all 3 of these from me, please. I don't want them. Not bad, Miku. Not bad at all. The style of legwear has never been particularly fashionable, nor has its design changed significantly over the years, fluctuating lengths aside, but I digress. I wondered if you might try for a variation on the conventional design, but I see you opted for orthodoxy, a wise decision in this case. Hempen clothing is inexpensive and durable, making it popular amongst farmers, miners, and those who work the land. Such customers value comfort and mobility over all else. They may appreciate more elegant forms, but they will not sacrifice function for them. Each garment has a purpose, Miku, a purpose that you should always bear in mind. A scalloped hem is about as useful to a miner as nipples on a gladiator's breastplate. I don't want to be near this man anymore. Now then, having completed your latest task, I believe you've earned the spinning wheel. Use it in combination with your needle and your work will benefit from it. Saying that, it will of course take you a little while to become accustomed to using the tools together. You need not worry though, I fully intend to give you ample opportunity to acquire the knack. In fact, I won't be teaching you anything else until you have. By the time that spinning wheel feels like it belongs in your hand, I dare say I'll have thought of a new task for you. Until then, my girl. I'll take the bandana, I suppose. The best way you're gonna get crafting gear is generally by crafting it yourself until you hit like each expansion's end game level. Once you hit that, you're pretty much golden until the end of the expansion. So, let's see, what can we craft that'll get us to a higher level? So we're level 8 right now. Let's see. Do the, I don't know, Hempen's Gaskin? We're gonna need hempen yarn. Oh, awesome. You know what? I still can't quick synthesize? Jeez. That's gotta be like a level 10 unlock. Yeah, not being able to quick synth is miserable. I have not been organizing my hotbar like at all. I'm putting things where I know I like them. I think we're gonna need 2 of these, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna buy like 10 things of leather. Oh, jeez, whoa, that was odd. Oh, never mind. That requires hard leather. Do you sell hard leather? She does. I'm also buying 10 things of hard leather. That might actually come up later. Okay. So we can craft it with this thing, whatever it is. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna craft until we're 1 away from completing it. Oh. Huh. They actually ran out of resources. That's crazy. Okay. Quick synthesis. Oh my god. So, this is not a particularly fast way to level, but if you have, say, for example, I don't know, 30 Moko grass sitting around, you can just do this and have the game craft it all for you. The downside to this is that you don't actually control what the condition is. Just kind of spits out whatever. It's warning me that my gear condition is getting low. Yeah, this ring is about to break. Crafters can actually repair gear, but you have to be like the right crafter. It's kind of odd. It's recommended that you just kind of level these in like a big block anyways. Ah, Miku, you'll do. I'll do? Okay. Make me a dozen bolts of undyed hempen cloth as fast as you can. Note the palpable sense of urgency. Time is of the essence, my girl. Oh, cool. This is the, Quicksynth tutorial. We're gonna need 11 of these. There we go. What? I thought... Okay. Weird. Oh. Odd. What is that for? Number of crafts? Yes. We urgently need that cloth, Miku. Well, here you go. Praise Nemea for bringing you here when she did. There wasn't time to explain before, but Sun-Soaked Tapestries has the honor of supplying the Immortal Flames, noble patrons to be sure, but ones whose needs can be rather difficult to predict. On this particular occasion, a detachment of ale-soaked adventurers from the Foreign Brigade, from the Foreign Brigade, thought the Silver Bazaar an appropriate location for a bout of fisticuffs, resulting in a pressing need for bandages. Ordinarily, we would not accept such a large commission at a short notice, but the Foreign Brigade is a favorite of Her Grace. It would not do to let the troublemakers suffer, even if they did bring it upon themselves. And so, your lovingly woven fabric will soon be wrapped around the cracked heads, gashed knees, and split knuckles of said ruffians. Still, your time hasn't been entirely wasted. I dare say you can now weave hempen cloth in your sleep, which is hardly a handy talent to have, given the fabric's many uses. You've made progress, in short. In fact, I do believe you're ready to undertake commissions. I refer to the kind of work doled out by Eustace at the Quicksand, of course. It'll be a while yet before you can be entrusted with anything bearing the Sunsilk name. But should you continue to improve at the rate you've been, that glorious day may not be so very far off. I don't know if I have one of these yet. We'll take it for now. Okay. Alright. Well, that is Weaver unlocked. The last one we have to unlock in Ul'dah is Goldsmith. From there, I think the only class we're missing from Ul'dah is Black Mage? I think? I'm gonna repair my rings real fast. There you are. I am aware of how repairing gear works. Thank you. Alright, time for another story time. Okay. This is... Alright. There's a few quest lines in the game, right? Or, like, crafting quest lines in the game. Most of them are pretty bland. One of them is genuinely good, and that is the Alchemist questline. The Alchemist questline is genuinely a good story. The Fishing Guild is hilarious. We'll get there when we get there. This one is so fucking good. It is one of the funniest quest lines in A Realm Reborn. Good morrow to you, adventurer, and welcome to the Goldsmith Guild. Have you come to observe our artisans at work? Indeed, it is a marvel to watch goldsmiths transform raw metals and uncut gemstones into sparkling rings, earrings, and necklaces, some of which possess magical properties, no less. You know, if you'd like to try your hand at goldsmithing, the guild is open to adventurers like yourself. No prior experience is required, for we teach all you need to know about the craft. Would you be interested? Pleases me greatly to hear you say so. As the first step, I would have you understand the purpose of our guild. The vast mineral resources of Thanalan have given rise, oh my god, to a grand goldsmithing tradition which has been refined throughout the ages. Our techniques are renowned across the realm, our creations held in highest regard. However, we have Eshtame's lapidaries? Oh, Jesus. That is not a word I've ever encountered before. Bless you. The premier source for Old On jewelry, we're not content to rest on our laurels. Seeking to advance our craft, we turn our eyes to the east, the only place in the known world for whose goldsmithing is said to rival our own. We built the finest facilities to beckon their masters hither, and blended their foreign techniques with ours. Our guild quickly became the center of Eorzean goldsmithing. Here you shall benefit from the refined wisdom of countless veteran craftsmen. You will learn to see the potential in your materials and shape them to your will. These are essential skills for a goldsmith. For a goldsmith, must hone his eyes to identify and appraise all manner of materials, and when needs be, recognize imitations for what they are. It is even said that a master goldsmith can ascertain the authenticity of a man himself. You may one day come to possess such vision, but even the most magnificent jewel begins life as a rough-hewn stone. It must first be cut and polished before it can delight the eyes with its brilliance. If you would become a master goldsmith, you must needs refine yourself as you would a gemstone. It will take much time and effort, and there is no guarantee of success. Should you be certain that this is the life you seek, speak to me once more. So find Mr. Serendipity at the workshop floor just down the steps. Show him your burning desire to learn, and you are certain to receive her permission to join. Stop right there, you little troublemaker. People are working here. Oh, pardon me. I had mistaken you for a mammoth. For a moment there, Let's start over, shall we? What brings you here today, adventurer? Do you perchance have aspirations to become a goldsmith? Really? That's great. Welcome, welcome. I'm Serendipity, but you can call me Sarah. Or is that too informal? I'm sorry, I'm still unaccustomed to this whole guildmaster business. Right. What did you say your name was again? Adrian? Oh, right. Miku. Well then, Miku. Work hard, and one day your creations may line the shelves at Eshtame's Aesthetics. Trust in yourself, and you can achieve anything. That was sufficiently inspiring, I trust. Good. Next order of business. Here is a new chaser hammer. Well, I say new, but it's actually a bit weathered. But never you mind that. Just show me that you know how to hold it, and we can get started. Okay. There's the chaser hammer. Great, let's get started. Though, to be honest, I'd swear you've done this before, the way you wear that hammer on your hip. Mind you, even if you do have some experience, a responsible guildmaster must ensure that her charges have a firm grasp of the fundamentals. Therefore, I command you to craft me a copper ingot. It's simple, really. All you need is copper ore and a wind shard. Our guild supplier, Eiston, can supply you with the copper ore, and I gave out a few wind shards along with your hammer. At least I think I did. If it turns out you don't have any, you'll need to get some yourself. Isn't this exciting, Miku? Your first real challenge as a member of the Goldsmith Guild. Show me the ingot when you're done. Good luck. Well, as always, we need to change absolutely everything. There. If you're curious, yeah, I hate this crafting noise. I hate this crafting noise so fucking much, it's unreal. Nope. Hate that shit. Oh, we only needed to make one. Here. Take it. If you're curious, there are no differences between the crafting classes. 0. They are all the exact same class. The fact that you have to level them all separately kind of baffles me on that front. You know, I think this is quite... Hello, GG. This character is why this questline is so fondly remembered. Utter garbage, the worst, not even fit for making a chamber pot. Quiet, GG, I'm the guildmaster. I get to decide what's fit for a chamber pot. Please excuse me. He gets a bit overzealous at times. GG is my assistant, but he has a habit of butting in with his opinions. Most mammoths are rather simple, capable of no more than rudimentary speech. They can be relied upon for menial tasks, but little else. GG, on the other hand, is quite intelligent and quite stubborn, I might add. I suspect that's due to his age, but he's been with the guild for an eternity, ever attending each guildmaster, but recently he's been coming and going as he pleases. Kneel before GG, the one true guildmaster. Respect my authority, ignorant mortal, or suffer my wrath. It's like this every day, Miku. I'm afraid the experience he's accumulated over a century of assisting guildmasters has made him arrogant. Quite intimidating, really. I may be the guildmaster, but he's like a walking, talking archive of all knowledge to do with our craft. Oh, I completely forgot about your ingot. Sorry. I was about to say, I think this is very, very good for a beginner. It's reasonably pure and well-formed. I dare say you've got a knack for this, Miku. What you need now is practice. So keep practicing with your hammer and come back here when you've gotten more comfortable using it. Bugger off, Greenhorn! God, I love this creature. Oh, yep, there's the level 1 crafting tunic again. We will not be needing this one, actually. As it turns out, we are wearing one. Okay, well, you know, we've got some... Can we buy animal sinew? Just kind of work our way down the craft list. Oh, we're out of bone chips. Wait a minute. Do you sell bone chips? You're telling me I could have just walked over here? Oh yeah, crafted gear just kind of gets dropped unceremoniously in your inventory. We're not gonna need any of this crap. At least not for a good while. We'll be crafting our own, like, actual crafting and gathering gear, most likely, but... There we go. Not hard. Oh, Miku, I'm honestly a bit surprised to see you. Most newcomers find GG's evaluations so harsh that we never hear from them again. I'm so glad you didn't take him seriously when he said your hopper wasn't fit for a chamber pot. I mean, really, it doesn't make sense. You could make a chamber pot out of anything. Anyway, I hope you've been working hard, because your next task won't be nearly as easy as the last. Listen well, Miku, I want you to make me 3 copper gorgets. For this, you need copper ingots, which you very conveniently learned to make last time. Now, I directed you to purchase ore from Eiston before, but there are other ways to obtain it. You could dig it up yourself, or perhaps befriend a lonely miner and convince him to share some with you. How... Serendipity, you cannot be giving out that kind of advice. However you choose to obtain your materials, I'm certain you'll put them to good use. Okay, let's make a bunch of copper ingots then. We'll just make 13 with quicksynth. Just gonna get the camera as far away from Miku as possible so the sound is lessened. It's a bad noise. It's just a bad noise. Are we alone in this guild? We are. There were people in the Weaver's Guild. I just realized our food buff ran out. After we get done with this quick synth, there we go. Hold on, what do we need to... Oh. Huh. Okay. That'll be easy. We're gonna go for... Increases it by 9. Okay, we get 2 chances to make it high quality. Okay, it did not turn out high quality. I don't think it's going to matter very much. Oh, there's... Oh, excuse me. There's Master's Meant. 2... 3 Master's Mend. Okay, and then we just spam the quality button. I hate that the one with the most fun questline... Well, yeah, the most fun questline. The Alchemist Guild is not fun, per se. It's, tragic and heartbreaking, but it's a good questline. The gorgeous ready to get Miku. Don't keep me waiting too long. Here you go. Take 'em. Well... In my opinion... Gorgets! Your gorgets are gorgeous, Greenhorn! Oh, wait, I meant grotesque! Ungodly! An affront to the gods themselves! For shame! Beg your pardon, Miku. I'm afraid that constructive criticism isn't one of Gigi's strong points. But where was I? Ah! Yes, your gorgets are well made, strong and functional. And that's the least they should be, as they're meant to protect one's throat. When it comes to basic pieces like these, we don't have much creative freedom. Still, this doesn't mean we should put in less effort, especially since the techniques used to craft simple accessories are the same ones used to craft elaborate ones. Now then, you've learned how to handle your hammer, but here's another tool I'd like you to get acquainted with. This grinding wheel, you'll find it easier to add the finishing touches when you craft. Try using it, and you'll see what I mean. Keep your nose to the grinding wheel, and you'll be ready for the next challenge in no time at all. Yep. I'll take the shoes. We have not taken the shoes yet. Okay. Alright, we've got 2 levels to go before we get to, God, I need to organize this inventory. We won't need this or this. I also don't need to hold on to these. Okay. Let's make copper rings. Why not? We need a ragstone, whetstone. Oh. Huh. Suppose that's something, yeah, that's something we have to craft ourselves. This one's a better sound if you don't listen to it too often or too closely. Unfortunately, you know, we are grinding up a crafting class, so we're gonna be hearing it a lot. Hasty synthesis and rapid synthesis are like basically worthless buttons in my opinion. They're gambles. They do more at a lower rate. And I find that they fail me when I need them more often than they succeed when I need them. Okay, and okay, one more craft, and we can make the thing I was actually thinking about making. Oh, okay. Well. Whatever. It's fine, I'll still craft it. Alright. What's our level 10 quest? I'm so sorry, sir. Please don't... Oh, it's only you, Miku. For a moment there, I thought my heart was about to fail me. I thought the angry... Get your eyes checked, girl. Thought the angry miner had returned. Gigi wasn't pleased with the ore the miner brought in, you see, and he made this sentiment clear in the only way he knows how. There was mention of the miner's mother and an old goat. Never mind all that. I have an urgent task for you. We've just received an order for a prodigious quantity of copper rings, and I'd like you to handle it. Now, this is an honest-to-God's commission, Miku. You'll have to satisfy a paying customer, not your kind and lovely guild master. But I believe that you can do more than simply satisfy. Now, the customer's waiting, so you'd best get started on those copper rings. When they're ready, come and show them to me, just for good measure. Believe it or not, that is different from this copper ring. It is a box of them that we have to craft. And, you know, we'll go for the quality. Oh, this is actually an easier craft than I thought it would be. I was like, oh, it's a level 10 quest. Certainly they'll give me something a little bit more difficult, but nope. Never mind, she wants 12 of them. I thought she wanted 2. We're gonna need more copper ingots. Okay, you. I need a whole bunch. Let's do, like, 99 copper ore, just for fun. And we'll quick send 33 of these motherfuckers. So many. That is a lot, actually. I'm realizing now. I hope this doesn't accidentally get me to, like, level 15. Apparently I spirit bonded with a ring. Spirit bonding is a weird thing. We'll have to make use of the things that we are spirit bonding with eventually, so... In fact, I should actually go unlock that as soon as possible. When something is spirit bonded 100%, you can use a special action that you get out of a side quest to extract a materia from the item. We will eventually need low-level materia for something. These quests will require us to attach materia at some point. I believe that's, like, near, like, level 15 or 20. Okay, copper rings. Okay, we're gonna quick synth just 12 of these. So, I assume the viewers who do not know, a whole lot about this game might be wondering what the fucking point of these classes is. And the answer is that they get around weekly lockouts at max level content for high level gear. Generally speaking, the gear that they make is a little bit worse than the stuff you get locked out of weekly, but you're able to create and, more importantly, sell max level gear with really, really high item levels for the current expansions when you have these leveled. So, like, that is, like, the whole point. Everything else is extra. It makes decorations and fun stuff and leveling gear mainly for other stuff. Here you go. I made 12 of them. Copper rings. I've seen worse. Oh, GG, must you always be so... Wait a minute. Did you just say that you've seen worse? Miku, that's as good as a compliment coming from him. I mean, when you consider what a scathing critic he usually is, perhaps the fact he's not saying anything more insulting is a sign he likes it. After all, he's called your previous work utter garbage and an affront to the gods themselves. I half expected him to call these rings abysmal failures. Oh, I should probably take this opportunity to teach you a thing or two about what you made. Copper rings are, rings made of copper. They can be used to make chains and, chainmail. You probably already knew all that. Anyway, Miku, I would like you to deliver these rings to the client personally. I would handle it myself, but I believe it's very important for you to learn how to deal with customers firsthand. The client is a Sultan Sworn named Robert, who should be waiting outside the guild right now. I told him he could wait outside, but he said he didn't want to distract the goldsmiths at their work. Not that I would mind a distraction like that. He waited outside because the fucking mammoth started attacking him. You're a goldsmith, aren't you? Did Mistress Serendipity send you? Yes, these shall serve nicely. Keeping the Sultana from harm is a perilous business, you see, and we Sultan Sworn can never have enough supplies to keep our equipment in serviceable condition. You may inform Serendipity that she can expect full payment soon, and I send her my fondest regards. Serendipity, your boyfriend said thank you. How did it go, Miku? What did he say about me? I mean, about your work. Oh, anyway, seeing how well your very first commission went, I have high hopes for those to come. In fact, why don't you speak with Eustace down at the Quicksand and see what work is available for a goldsmith? Yes, I believe you're quite ready to handle commissions independent of my supervision. Take yourself to the Adventurers Guild and try taking on a task or two. Do we have that one? We do. What about... Okay, we're missing this one. Okay. So long, Goldsmith Guild. I'll see you when I get around to leveling this class up to 50. I'm gonna try to get all these done in, like... okay, all of these. I'm gonna try to get entire quest lines done in a single day, effectively, with these crafting classes. So at some point, we're just gonna have an entire day dedicated to the rest of the Goldsmith quests, and an entire day dedicated to the rest of the alchemist quests, and so on and so forth. With that said, we are actually out of classes to unlock in Ul'dah other than Black Mage. Well, Black Mage and some other stuff we'll talk about later when we get to the expansions they're from. They put some later unlocks in the ARR city-states. So, for now, we're gonna head to... Let's do Gridania next. Okay, so the first one is actually really close by. It's right here. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Carpenter's Guild. We are the artisans who take wood and grant it new form and purpose it as the archer's bow, the lancer's spear, and the novice's shield. If carpentry holds any appeal, you should consider joining our guild. Might you be interested in learning the ways of woodworking? Wonderful, wonderful. Now, before we proceed, I think it only right that we acquaint you with our guild's storied past. Since the founding of Gridania, we have built our homes and crafted our weapons from the trees of the Twelves Wood. As our nation grew and prospered, the woodworkers' repertoire expanded to encompass a greater variety of articles, and carpentry developed into an art. At first, there was no association of carpenters. Each individual worked and sold his services independently. However, an advent of water mills meant that more efficient construction methods were needed, along with formalized maintenance regimes, all of which necessitated organization. The Carpenters Guild was founded to oversee the operation of water mills and promote the cooperation between woodworkers. Now, I must mention, at this point, that we owe much and more to of our prosperity to the Great Loam Growery. Thanks to the hardworking botanists, we are blessed with the finest lumber in all Eorzea. This confluence of ideal circumstances allows us to provide all manner of goods and services to the people of Gridania. My apologies, that was rather rather longer than I intended. Still, I trust you have gained a greater understanding of the guild. We expect our members to drink deep of the collected wisdom that the guild has amassed over the course of its history, to actively seek an understanding of wood and the techniques required to work it, rather than simply waiting to be taught. We expect, in short, nothing less than total commitment to the craft. If you wish to start down this path, speak to me once more. I shall explain to you the enrollment process. Alright, get me in. Wonderful! I should mention at this point that Timbermaster Beaton assesses all would-be apprentices personally, so you will need to obtain his approval before you begin. Timbermaster Beaton can be a harsh and unforgiving man, but if you love the craft and have the will to learn, you could not ask for a better tutor. He is, quite simply, the finest carpenter in all of Gridania. Of course, it will take you some time and no small amount of effort to comprehend the full extent of his teachings, but you may rest assured that he will not lead you astray. That said, when you meet him, I would advise you to choose your words carefully and, resist the urge to run away. Hello. Another green adventurer come to play with saws? Well then, I suggest you first speak with the... Oh, you've met with Korg, have you? That as well, but know that the decision to initiate you into the guild rests with me. Tell me, adventurer, have you a mind to devote yourself to the art of carpentry? Sure. The look on your face bespeaks determination, or mayhap trapped wind. Still, You look strong enough to hold a saw, and if your resolve is indeed genuine, I give you leave to remain for the time being. However, you are useless to me in your current state. You are as a seedling, some potential, perhaps, but no more like to thrive than perish. Experience is what you require, girl, and I shall give you the means to acquire it. Take this saw. It is old, yes, but sharp as it needs to be. Now prove to me that you are not completely incompetent by taking up your new tool. Once you have done so, present yourself to me for inspection. Okay. I should mention that we are only getting Miku's crafter classes up to... Well, no. I guess that's not true. We're getting most of Miku's crafters and gatherers up to a certain level. Hold on. I just realized something. Oh! Hold on. I hate to interrupt one of these, but I would like to unlock Fisher as soon as possible. There's something that we can do on Fisher that is the primary method of leveling it. Okay, we have to get to the Fisherman's Guild. We have 13 minutes to unlock Fisher. Well, a well-wishing welcome to you, adventurer friend. You've worked your way to the Fisherman's Bottom. Well, when you want fish for just today, you can call a culinarian, but we fishermen feast for life. I've set the bait. Think you're ready to bite? Yep. Hooray, hooray. Looks like we've got a live one. Let me walk you through the life of a fisherman in Limsa. Since surrounded by the seas, the fishing sites are a fisherman's delight. You can't, if you can't fish it here, you can't fish it anywhere. Well, some of us rope our fish with rods and reels, some others skim the seabed with nets for creepy crawly critters. You might say we cast a wide net. People prattle about our pullers just about everywhere. Holy shit. Everywhere in Limsa. And there's much and more I haven't mentioned. We shepherd the ships, preside over the ports, manage the mongers, all while making sure not to leave any adventurers out to sea. I'll wager you prefer to work alone, so we'll start you off with rod and reel. Now, you may not necessarily net the numbers net fishing yields, but pole fishing positively pulls prettier prizes. And that's the long and short of it. When you're ready to for another bite of bait, I'll reel you in before the guildmaster. I hate to hear you have a change of heart. Yeah, okay, let me in. Spoken truly like a true bespoke fisherwoman. Well then, it's time you met the guildmaster, but unfortuitously, unfortunately, and somewhat ironically, our nefarious netmaster is out fishing at the moment. This moment and every moment, that is. So, Sisypoo tends to tend to the tasks that require tending to. This lady is going to give me a stroke. Such as deciding whether or not you're sink or swim in the guild. Sisypoo's presiding over the pools. Whether you decidedly decide to say hello, she might seem somewhat standoffish, but she's only keeping an eye out for sharks. Be yourself and you have nothing to worry about. Please tell me you don't talk like your receptionist. Yes, save your breath. I heard every word between you and... I'm not reading that. So, I know she told you my role here. As she said, Wawalago's supposed to be the guildmaster, but apparently he has bigger fish to fry. So all his work falls to me. That includes making sure our new fish aren't shellfish, idiots, or potential enemies. You've passed the first test by not laughing at that awful joke. Now, you only need the right answer to this question. Are you prepared to fish like you've never fished before? Well, you're smarter than the majority of bottom dwellers that find their way here. Welcome to the guild. Now, this wouldn't be much of a guild if we sent you out to sea with only a pole and a prayer. So I suppose I can spare you a few pearls of wisdom. Nevertheless, you're still going to need that pole and a prayer, so I can at least provide you with the former. Here you go. 1 out of 2 isn't so bad. I'll even throw on these lugworms, since you're not like to get far without bait. The rods we bestow upon our new fish are priceless objects, which is to say they don't cost anything. Once you know what you're doing, you'll probably want a proper one. But in the meantime, let's see if you can figure out how to hold your pole. Ready the one I gave you, and your lessons can begin. Okay. So let's talk about Fisher. So Botanist is exactly the same as Miner, except it goes for bushes and trees instead of rocks and walls. Fisher is completely different. This is a whole different beast. And it is also, I am not joking, the easiest class in the entire game to level. We should probably accept the quest before I rush off in the other direction. You're looking quite formidable. Let's hope you don't scare all the fish away. Now, the first rule of fishing is to hold your rod. Take care of your rod, and your rod will take care of you. Let me know if I'm going too fast for you. Since you're new here, we're going to start small, and they don't come much smaller than anchovies. You'll find schools of anchovies swimming around outside in Gladian Bay, so you can catch your meager supper without even walking 10 yalms. Anchovies are hardly the most cunning fish in the sea, making them an ideal first assignment. Simply bait a hook with some of those lugworms I gave you, dip it in the water, and the fish will practically catch themselves. Okay. So, you may be looking at my hotbar and thinking, what the fuck? And that's what I thought when I first unlocked Fisher. First things first, we can get rid of most of these. So we don't need that, and we don't need Lay of the Land as well. You share a lot of class skills with other classes, on Gatherers, so you can see nodes for other classes. You can't, gather anything without switching, but, I don't need that copper ring. Okay, the lugworms are gonna go over here. We need to head to the Arcanist Guild and head out to the ferry docks. So, I mentioned earlier that there's instanced content for these. Botanists and miners get like one exploration area. I think they have a second one in Dawn Trail now. Fishers get ocean fishing, which I don't know how to unlock. Okay. Hold on. It's at the Fishers Guild in Limsa. Apparently. But while we're here, I'm going to run to the nearest market board and buy 10 anchovies. Or, I'm sorry, 5 anchovies. I wasn't going to, cheat any of these, but, oh my god. I need... those. But, we're short on time for this one. The boat leaves every 2 hours. It is a timed excursion. And I figured, it'd be really cool to show these. At least once. They're pretty fun, and they're going to power level Fisher, and I'm not joking. Anchovies swim off of every shore of Limsa. I caught these. Yep, me. I did it. That all me. Here, Chovy. Here, Chovy. Fair flock of feisty fish you got, giddy guppy. Careful, they don't slip out of sight. Ah, there he is. Our freakish guildmaster. Wabalago, to what do we owe the pleasure? Guildmaster's got to get after the guppies, dividing up the daily drudgery, picking out the proper potable and some such support and service. I hate this man. And who gets after the guildmaster? We have books to balance, Books you should be balancing. I did my best to balance the books, but the bilge keel bent the bow back, bouncing the whole batch off the boat. That's not... that was just an expression. But that's neither here nor there. As long as you keep at the bit, Miku, our books will balance themselves. Don't let that go to your head, of course. Any beginner can snag some anchovies, but you'll need to experiment with different lures and explore new waters if you want to catch the big ones. Fundamentals are fine, but the fun is fishing for new finds. Like my uncle always said, fishing's like philandering. You never know what you'll catch. And with those well-spoken words of wisdom, we leave you to your wiles. Yeah, here we go. Well, if it ain't me... Okay, I'm gonna skip all the text on this one. They're sending us out to fish in the ocean. I think that basically sums it up, actually. to condense my inventory just a little bit. You will see why in a bit. Okay, we're also going to skip this cutscene because we are very tight on time. We need to get through this. So every 2 hours a boat leaves. So we're gonna grab 99 ragworm, 99 krill, and 99 plump. And these are going to sit in our inventory forever. These are the baits that work out on the ocean. I generally am going to put all of our fishing stuff on the last page or on a corner of our chocobo saddlebag. Okay, the boat leaves in 3 minutes. Hello, Robert. Good to see you. You're here just in time for ocean fishing, which we rushed to unlock. The unlocking is going well so far. Although we need to level... What? I don't... What are you giving me? Carrot nibbles? Okay. Thanks. The perils of being an internet celebrity impersonator on Final Fantasy XIV. Sure, we'll eat the carrots. This is like high level stuff. Like really high level stuff. This minigame is minigame. Dungeon. This thing, whatever this is it's not a stat check in any way, shape, or form. It just isn't. It is, however, going to power level us. Okay, which one looks better? I like the dark blue more. Wow, there's actually a lot of people here. What do they do to these carrots? It does not say. They're thinly sliced. One minute. We got 1 minute. There we go. So this is technically a kind of a raid, I suppose. Okay, let's talk ocean fishing. This is a score attack minigame? I don't really know how to describe it. But basically, bigger fish equals more points. More points equals more stuff when you finish. Generally speaking, though, okay, ragworm for special. Unable to change bait at this time. I think they've reworked this a little bit. The fuck was that? That leveled us once off of one thing, by the way. Also, there was a really loud explosion out my window. Like, really loud. We're not gonna need that. We're not gonna need that. No gear requirements for this either. Literally just, you can come out here and fish. Do what the people in the shout chat tell you to do with your bait, and then just catch stuff, and you will be at max level fisher in a week if you continuously do this. It runs every 2 hours. It's crazy how quick it can level you. We are level 4 now. It will fill your inventory with garbage, though. Just a warning. When it comes to fishing, the amount of time it takes to catch a fish is actually entirely dependent not on your stats, but on the fish itself. Fish have ranges of time that they take. So you can tell, like, for... damn it. I'll explain why that was a bad thing in a second. So, you can tell, let's just say, for example, a fish you're trying to catch in a pond has, like, a 7-second maximum. So, you can put your rod in, and then wait for 7 seconds. And if it doesn't pop, then you know to pull your rod out, because whatever your rod is going for right now, it is not actually what you're after. Wow, we learned chum really early. I normally keep chum like there. This minigame is very fun. I enjoy it a lot. Although it's much more fun at higher levels when you can really get, like, super high points. We don't even have, like, half of what makes Fisher good and fun to play yet. Normally, the fishing boat takes about 20 minutes. Thought I'd mention that about it. 20-ish minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll explain the spectral thing, by the way. Every time you pull up a spectral fish, there's a chance you trigger a spectral current, which is like a 2-minute-long event where everyone starts catching shit like crazy, and like all of the fish are super large, and everyone gets 1,000,000 points. And it's like, it's boat-wide. Everyone gets it. Pulling up a spectral without popping it is sad. So, you know, in the future, I've actually never seen this pop up before. Huh. Made a rare fish spawn, apparently. Crap. Normally, oh yeah, there's missions, by the way. Catching things that go alongside your missions is generally how you're going to get a really high score. Again, if you're wondering what, like, the high score is, like what that does, it gets you, the highest score check gets you a mount. Just like a big shark, I'm pretty sure. You can get a little shark called the Major General. Getting seagulls to spawn multiple times seagulls do something. I'm not going to explain it at the moment. I think chance of landing large fish has increased. Getting those to spawn, I think it's 3 times throughout a run, gets you a seagull minion. There's all sorts of random chance things that can happen during this. And it helps that it is the fastest way in the game to level Fisher. We are level 7 now. Hopefully we'll get to see a Spectral. Oh, there's dolphins, too. That's another rare event. I think it increases your GP recovery rate. Yeah, no, it's a very fun group event, too, because everyone is basically rolling the dice at the same time, trying to pop a Spectral Current. Which we have not gotten yet, actually. It's pretty rare that you don't see one throughout a voyage. We're 20 seconds away from pulling out of this location. You see the timer over on the right. Yeah, I love ocean fishing. The second, once I saw we were unlocking all the crafters and gatherers and I noticed it was almost 11 o'clock, I was like, wait a minute. What, are we on odd hours or even hours for fishing? And, we're at odd hours. It changes because of good old daylight savings time. Next up is Plump for Spectral. No! I'll just have to remember Plump for Spectral. There's unskippable cutscenes between everything. That's the one downside to ocean fishing. I use that to tab out a lot, though. You check Discord or, emails or whatever. Blue Sky or, I don't know, watch a bit of a YouTube video or change the music I'm listening to. It's downtime, I suppose. It's fun that it puts everyone else's characters in the cutscenes, too. So you get to see them doing, random stuff. Alright, pull out Plumpworm. And we're good to go. Oh, hey, there's Sneak. That's a lot less necessary as Fisher, but you still generally want to keep it on. Botanist and Miner have to, walk around to gather their stuff. Please tell me this is a Spectral. 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 No! I'd be shocked if a Spectral Current does not pop during this one. They're pretty goddamn common, all things considered. Oh yeah, one last thing that's a secret about Fisher. It comes with a little stool if you sit down. Oh, we're level 9 now? Yeah, exactly. There's no other class in the game with a stool. Fisher is the best class. That's what I'm saying. Fisher gets a stool, and it gets its own boat. So, let's talk a bit about Fisher real fast. So, Fisher is like... I'm gonna get a lot of shit for saying this, but Fisher is the worst gatherer. The only thing Fisher actually gets is culinary gear. Or not gear, material. So that they can cook fish. Obviously, not every single high-tier, thing you're gonna cook in the game is gonna be fish. Few of them are, but not all of them will be. So its usage as a gatherer is extremely limited. It is, however, a mini-game unto itself. There's a thing called the fishing log. Which I should probably... This is the fishing log. Oh, I didn't mean to. This is the fishing log. We have fished nowhere, so we have nothing in it. But basically, it keeps track of all the fish you've caught in an area, and obviously there's a finite amount. And the unstated goal of Fisher is to complete it. It's very hard to do, as an understatement. There are fish on Fisher that have maybe 40 minutes a week where you can catch them in real time. This is amazing. No spec. No, literally, though. Fishers in FF14 are well known for being completely fucking insane. Because they will go out of their way to get these fucking insanely hard to catch fish that are available under, certain weather conditions on specific, hours, only after you've caught X amount of this other kind of fish that's also hard to catch. And then you need to do this thing called mooching, where you catch a large fish from, the fish pool, and then you use that fish as bait, and then you can catch the other one. This class is for crazy people. It is for the insane. Man, this is the worst fishing boat I have been on in a long time. You know, whenever we do one of these crafter-gatherer streams, we'll be doing the fisher boat at 11. Who knows? Maybe I'll try to start it 10 minutes early. If we do, once we do another one of these, so that we can catch the 9 o'clock boat. We haven't learned desynthesis yet. Plump for spec. Again? There we go. So, the other big thing with crafting classes is obviously the GP gauge down there that stands for gathering points. It's used for exclusive, like, abilities to make gathering better. The only ability we have right now that uses GP is, this chum. So, by using chum before we throw a rod out, it makes the next catch faster. But GP doesn't refresh that quickly. Fisher has an interesting little mini-game going on with it, where you can... The goal is to kind of catch a bunch of large fish that you then turn into a buff that gives you, like... How do I... It gives you more GP that you can turn into more large fish. There it is! Okay, this is a spectral current. Compare the speeds. We might be too low level. Okay, there it is. It is just insane how quick this is to, like, level. We're level 12 now. Look at that. Just the second I put my reel in the water. The second it happens. Yeah, I view Fisher as this minigame, and not as Fisher. And we're level 13. It's a shame we only hit one of these, because these are where the real EXP comes from on here. And the EXP you earn scales to your level as well, so this is as good of a way to level Fisher at 90 as it is at 1. Well, it mostly scales with your level. I think by the time you're hitting 90, it's like, it's fallen off, kind of, to where it'll take a whole voyage to get, like, maybe 2 levels. There it goes. Yeah, there's no hope for anyone on this boat of getting any of the special stuff out of this minigame now. Unfortunately, it's just not gonna work out. Rag for Fuku. Sure. Why not? Didn't have to use Krill at all this time. When are they going to add a bait bag? We need a bait bag that just holds all the game's kinds of baits. Because the fact that there isn't right now is terrible. It's really bad. We have no chance in hell of finishing any of the voyage missions that we haven't already finished. And there we go, level 14, and we haven't even received our ending stuff. Repair my gear, please. It's dying. Shut up. I know how to repair my own gear. I'd rather pay the NPCs to do it. So, at the end you receive a really large EXP bonus. So we left off at level 14. Will it level us up? No. Did give us a 4th of a level, though. Unfortunately, that boat was cursed, so... Oh, right. One more thing. You... If you're wondering if I'm getting any skill for this, no. I'm getting next to none. But the important part is it is out of my inventory. I don't think anything from ocean fishing is useful for anything. There's like certain decorations you can make. I think. Okay, let's do the rest of the Fisher quests while we're at it, and then we'll go back to doing Carpenter. I smell that you haven't been neglecting your duties. Commendable attitude, no one's ever gotten worse at anything by practicing. No one I know, at least. Then again, you can't expect the same old tricks to work with new fish. Big ones don't grow to be that way by chasing everything that wiggles on a hook. To catch the fish you want, you must first know what the fish wants. Only once their prize is at stake can you tantalize and tempt your prey to taste the forbidden tackle. Anchovies may be willing to settle for lugworms, but harbor herring have a discerning palate that prefers pillbugs. Don't take my word for it, go and see for yourself. Pick up some pillbugs from Sinail over in West Hawker's Alley, then use them to catch 3 local harbor herring. Like anchovies, they can be caught right outside. In case you have a mind to return to your previous spot, you should know that fish aren't as foolish as most might think. Keep casting your line in the same waters, you'll find that fewer folk will take the bait. Okay, sure. Anyways, like I said earlier, you never need to do any crafting or gathering quests until level 70 when they realized that they needed to fix this. Harbor Herring. Here you go. I caught these myself. Yep. I did. All me. I caught these myself. There's nothing better than salted harbor herring, save for perhaps fried harbor herring or grilled. No, definitely salted. You know, in the yesteryears of my youth, I used to use every fish I yanked out to yield a bigger one. A good gamble until the game got gargantuan. Guess I got greedy. Where did you... Well, sometimes it's best to throw back the big ones. Good gods, what's a guildmaster got to do to garner a grain of gratitude? I hate this man. I cannot speak. I cannot speak like this man. I cannot do that. Acting respectable would be a start. Respectable. I sailed the seas and snared everything that swam in them. And that would be an accomplishment if by everything that swam in them you meant fish and not lady divers. All you ever brought back were stories about carousing with trollops. But chauvinism is just a red herring. The harbor herring are what's important, namely the lesson of thinking from the perspective of the fish when selecting bait. In that regard, I can say you truly have the mind of a fish, so here is a treat. Some of it might seem like gibberish at first, but as you make observations and jot down notes, eventually all of it will be gibberish. Well, take some time to study it, but be careful not to fry your fish brain. You'll need it for the next lesson. Fishing log is a chronicle of your experiences as a fisher. Okay, yeah. I talked about the fishing log. We don't need to cover it again. I don't know which of these I already have. That's a problem. I'm gonna grab the gloves, because I'm pretty sure I grabbed the pants last time I did a level 5 quest. What's that in your eye, Miku? I know that glimmer. It's the eye of the fisher. It's the thrill of the bite rising up to the challenge of our rival. Can you say that legally? Keep that spark alive, friend. You don't want to end up like Wawalago. Not that I'm worried about you. Oh yes, I can see it. There's a fire inside you, burning for fish. More fish, bigger fish. It's time to feed that fire. Today is the day. The day you catch your first big one. No one ever forgets their first. Journey forth to the banks of the Nim in Middle Lenosha, where you will find her, the Princess Trout. Take the princess and return here triumphant. Her Royal Highness is drawn to crayfish balls. That's a tutorial about... Okay, so you need to have certain stats to gather certain items. Like, my stats are having a keyboard and access to the market board. And that... Oh, come on. Oh, I just need one? Easy. Okay, here you go. I caught this myself. Yep. All me. Depending on your perspective, you've either rescued or abducted the princess. A prim and proper princess she is. We'll ready her as a royal roast, a feast fit for a king. The king can keep his fancy feast. Any fisherman worth their salt prefers her trout prepared simply. Said like a surly, salty-mouthed sea hag. Hand her over here and heed how the cultured classes cook. A fine day it'll be when I take culture lessons from you. Besides, I didn't send Miku out to that river to fetch a fish for you. I sent her out to fetch a fish for me. Ahem, for my lesson, that is. Yes, of course, it is the purpose of the expedition. Anyways, you should have learned, catching a proper fish requires perseverance, plain and simple, and this plump princess trout can testify to that. Continue to apply the lessons I've taught you, and before you know it, you'll be swimming in fish. Doesn't that sound appetizing? It's now a bad time to mention that I don't really care much for seafood. and then I am kicked from the guild and they do not let me back. Oh, hold on. Did I put away the... Oh, no, there it is. We need to catch one fish to do the next thing, so we're gonna do that. I don't want a free company invite from you. I'm gonna... Hold on. Do they go in my contacts list? Hold on. Social contacts? No? How the fuck do I... Hold on. Social player search? Oh, hold on. This person has sent me a request every time. Every single time. I'm keeping on top of adding, like, keeping a comment on my blacklist. There. Just so I remember why I blacklisted people. Because I have, 2 people blacklisted already from doing dailies on Miku. And they were both sex pests in the party chat. I've grown very tired of people's bullshit. I'm just so sick of it. I've been thinking, Miku, now that you can catch more fish than you can eat, it's time you learned a little about the art of fishmongering. Normally, customers purchase fish that have already been caught, but a certain Keycurn sailor has a penchant for freshness. Unfortunately, the fishermen who usually fill his orders have all, somewhat ironically, gone fishing, and so I turn to you, Miku. I'm hoping you can talk to Chuchurun over there, or at least listen to him. But yeah, I didn't, hold on. Yeah, like that. That's good. See, looking as the lookout, Chichuru spawns spots in the water, jumping silverfish, flashing silver flashes. Chichurun wishes to taste silverfish taste. Chichurun pay good silver if you fish 5 good silverfish. Oh, I suppose Sisapu is going to tell me what they are. Well, Chichurun has a way with words, doesn't he? Unfortunately, his way appears to be repeating the word silverfish. Only the most experienced fisherman would be able to decipher that nonsense. Sounds like a job for Wawalago. Since I'm busy doing his job, rest assured that what he may lack in sense, he more makes up for in nonsense. Okay. So am I going to learn anything good over here or not? Since when is it civil to sneak up and scare your seniors? I suddenly suspected Sisapu sent you to slit my stomach. That woman's well aware of my weakness. If she's going to shout about the way I shove down shrimp, God, she should know better than to leave them showing on the shelf. Or is that not why you're here? Table setting aside, I'll bet you shells to shellfish I know what the Keycurn spied. It was silver and sauntered while skimming the sea. I'm somewhat certain it was the navigator's dagger. Daggers don't lend themselves to a Lumensin's liking, but the settlers of southerly isles stir them into soup stock. You can find them by the brewer's beacon. Snaring one is a slippery slate for a starter, but flitting flick of the fist for a fisherman with a gull's eye like you have. Now daggers are drawn to decoys that dangle, so do yourself a favor and fetch some rat tails for them to flash their fins at. Okay. Yep. Okay, yep. Let me just head to that area he told me. Oh my god. Navigator. There we go. I need 5. Oh my god! That ain't worth it. Okay, we should probably actually catch this one then. This is fishing tackle. Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, where did they say this was? Brewer's Beacon, Western Lenosha. If we had more funds to Miku's name, then, you know, this would be a lot easier. But unfortunately, that is half of all the money we have to get over 10 of them. So we don't need to do that. So Brewer's Beacon, oh, it's out there. Hold on. We're gonna want sneak. There we go. You eventually get a thing that makes sneak apply automatically. It just takes forever to actually get there. But sneak lets you walk directly past every enemy. It's very nice. Okay, let's try, oh. I don't. Oh, okay, one. Kansas. Kansas? Oh, what is he? I am so confused about the geography of this area. Oh, he's gone! Oh, he's back. What is actually happening with the hitbox in this area? This is gonna take a while. Okay, the last one. No! Damn. Well, that's not the right thing. But we're level 16 now, I suppose. Wish I could clean out my inventory while I'm doing this, but I sadly can't. Wow, okay. Well, this is terrible. We've got one. Two. Who knows? Maybe they'll start rolling in any second now. It's a 2-star. It could be one. Okay, okay, that's 3. That's 3. Maybe we were just getting really, really unlucky. This is part of why I say that Fisher is like the worst gatherer class as well. You can't actually control what you're actually going after. Kind of just are at the like mercy of RNGesus for the entirety of your fishing time. A harbor herring. It's that thing I needed to catch for last quest. What am I standing on? Like, genuinely, what is happening here? Oh, 2-star, 2-star. Could be a dagger. Please be a dagger. Please. Please, please, please. God damn it. Okay, okay, another 2-star. I haven't been paying attention to the timings. I don't know which one of these takes longer. Okay, okay. One more to go. There wasn't a listing for one on the market board, was there? Another 1-star. Nothing I actually want. Please. Okay. 2-star. Could be a dagger. These fucking harbor herrings. I would kill to have surface slap at this level, but I don't know that we actually unlock it even during this expansion. Huh. It is a Shadowbringer's ability. That is tragic, actually. Okay, we're free. There's probably time for, like, one more set of quests for the evening. Like, up through level 10. You fish and catch 5 fish. Okay. Yep. Here you go. The shiny shine, the smelly smell. Cannot wait for tasty taste. Tasty taste. Well, it looks like we found the fish you were after. You find. Oh my god. Maybe choo-choo-roon season with season or smoke with smoke. Maybe grill on grill. Many cooking options for cook. My, you're certainly putting a great deal of thought into this. Choo-choo-roon gifted to feast on feast gift. Best choo-choo-roon regards you with choo-choo-roon's best regards. We're always grateful for your patronage, choo-choo-roon. Please see him out and return here afterwards, Miku. We've more to discuss. Okay, bye, choo-choo-roon. Phew, I'm glad you were able to handle the sudden request. So many of these freeloading fishermen can't be bothered to stay ashore for more than a day at a time. You, on the other hand, have proven far more reliable. I can think of at least one Kikerin who'd agree. Now that you've seen how rewarding fishmongering can be, I hope you'll take the initiative to try it yourself. We'll take the tunic. Okay, looking at the thing. Oh, we haven't done the alchemist quests up through level 10. Hold on. We gotta do that. Off to Ul'dah. Oh my god, my chair is stuck on something. There we go. And we have, after this one, we'll have 4 left to do. That'll be like a whole other stream. Maybe we can work on that during, like, early tomorrow. Okay, let's make, I don't know, we could probably make latex. Or was it rubber? Ah, there we go. That leveled us up twice. Oh, right. Hold on. Chocobo saddlebag. You go there, and you go there, and you go there. And I don't need you, and I really don't need you, and I don't know, I probably won't need rubber. I won't need these either. So much crap. Maintaining a clean inventory while leveling crafters is impossible. Just a fair warning. What? What is it now? Guild for the Poor? Another cursed love filter? Okay. Filter. Oh, I suppose... Okay. You're that wretch that insists on just dusting my bench, aren't you? No? Then who... Oh, my new assistant. No, do not bother with more names. My mind should not be cluttered with trivial details unrelated to alchemical processes. I trust you have busied yourself with the mastery of your discipline. I have scant moments to spare on lessons, but I suppose I must invest a modicum of time in your training if you are to be of any use to me. Let us move on to the second fundamental principle of alchemy. Your understanding of this principle will be facilitated by creating 3 bottles of antidote. For this task, you must needs acquire a stipulated number of grass vipers, as well as a chunk of rock salt. I believe the guild often has poisonous snakes in stock, so you need only purchase them from that supplier lass. Ah yes, Esmenet. As for the rock salt, I believe she can supply that too, and for a reasonable price. I rather suggest seeing her for all your simple ingredient needs, unless you fancy the idea of scrabbling in the sand to find them yourself. In any case, I'm not terribly concerned with how you procure the materials. What is most important is that you experience this fundamental principle firsthand, as you concoct the 3 bottles of antidote. Return to me with the bliss of new knowledge stamped upon your features. Okay, hold on. How much do we need? 3 antidotes, so we're gonna need 3 rock salt and 3 vipers. Actually, hold on. I don't want these to be high quality. They won't stack if they're high quality. So they won't actually... Oh. Oh, one of these recipes creates enough for 3. Got it. Huh. Alright, Severian. Have you completed the 3 bottles of antidote as I asked? Gods help you if you've interrupted me for anything less. Aha, an excellent result. My precarious protege. I see that you've attained the optimum viscosity without clouding the crimson hue. It will be most interesting to see how well these mixtures perform on live test subjects. Well, of course they'll be poisoned. How else would I gauge the efficacy of your work? But never mind that. What you have learned of the second alchemical principle. You have produced a helpful compound by combining otherwise mundane or lethally harmful substances. Has this not expanded your awareness of what is attainable with this profession? Just as it is possible for a medicine to act as a poison in sufficient amounts, so it is possible for a poison to be utilized as a cure. Your successful creation of these antidotes is evidence of this very fact. Those without a knowledge of alchemy would spare not a second glance for the venomous grass viper, but mix its venom with the appropriate amount of rock salt, and people will flock to your door to purchase your miraculous remedy. Blech. Study, experiment, and reveal worth in the most unexpected of places. The desire for sustenance and the rest, uh, and rest will become as minor annoyances once you have learned the joy of such discoveries. It is time you have added this amateur's mortar to your repertoire of alchemical devices. The mortar is oft referred to as a secondary tool, but used in conjunction with the primary tools such as the alembic, you will soon come to appreciate its value in your work. I foresee much practical use for you for your growing skills, my eager apprentice. Now run along and find a use for your new toy. I have further research to conduct. I don't suppose I need this. Okay. Oh, come on. Awesome, we're level 7 now. Let's make fish glue. Huh, I just threw out 2 coral butterflies. Do they not sell them here? No, they do, okay. Alright, there we go. I did. Okay, we're level 8 now. Oh, that guy just failed to craft. Sad. Okay, we won't be here for that much longer, but, fish oil? Does this lady sell princess trout? No, she doesn't. Okay. Odd. Where's the maple wand? There we go. We'll make the whispering maple wand. We need a maple branch and a growth formula alpha, which I think we have to craft. We do. Shriek shroom, quicksilver, rock salt. Rock salt. Shriek shroom? Do we have shriek shroom in here somewhere? No? Huh. Okay. Gonna go buy a shriek shroom, I suppose. Quicksilver will need... Oh, 2 cinnabar. They ought to sell cinnabar. There's no way. Okay, good night, Jay. Cinnabar, cinnabar, cinnabar. There it is. Okay. Do the quicksilver real fast. High quality quicksilver. And then we're gonna need a shriek shroom, which I'll have to grab off the market. Probably gonna be completely worthless, which is good because we want it to be completely worthless. I should mention that there's not going to be a Thursday stream this week. I'm very busy on Thursday. So, all right, growth formula alpha. Followed by the maple wand. And then... Oh, we need 2 more growth formula alphas. Okay, hold on. So for that, we're gonna need 2 more rock salt, 2 more quicksilver. Okay, We can do that. Just have to go back to the Alchemist Guild. They sell all of it. For, like, nothing. And these crafts ought to get us level 10, for sure. Honestly, I'm making this way more complicated than I have to. And a rock salt. Or 2 rock salts, rather. Hold on, that means I'm going to need 2 more cinnabar. There we go. Okay. So, 2 more quicksilver. And another 2 growth formula alphas. Just gonna make sure they're all high quality. Gonna make that later craft much easier. And Whispering Maple Wand. Uh-oh. No, okay, we're fine. We're fine. I got worried for a second, but no problem. There we go. And then we'll end the stream after this one. Ah, I remember your face this time, my most helpful assistant, and it is most fortuitous that I do. The irksome effort I have expended in grooming your budding skills is about to be rewarded. My muling subordinates have requested that I put aside my personal research for but a moment or two and shoulder a portion of the guild's workload, even going so far as to force upon me some other alchemist's petty task. What fools to think I am the sort of guildmaster that contributes in such a mundane capacity. If they had wanted an accommodating drudge to head the guild, they should have not elected me to the post. Gods know there are others about the frontistery who would have been better suited to the leadership position. It is times such as these that I curse my blood ties to the syndicate. I would personally be content to eschew such tedious duties in favor of mine own work. Which of course brings us to this moment. It is with great relief that I entrust this matter of beeswax to you. 12 lumps of beeswax, to be precise. Ah, yes, I knew you would prove your worth before long. Now to work, to work! 12 lumps of beeswax. I need 3 beehive chips each, so I need 36 total beehive chips. We have to... Oh. We have to craft it once. And then we can quick synth 11 more. There we go. Okay, here. Such bliss that my research might progress unhindered by bothersome requests. Speaking of which, have you created the beeswax as I asked? Here you go. These will never be used for the Sultana bedchamber candles, but quality is passable, I suppose. This is indeed a wonderful arrangement. Perhaps I should pass on to you the mantle of Guildmaster in its vexatious entirety. Now, the beeswax you have brought me is, as you must surely realize, the purified form of the substance honeybees use to build their hives. Candles are the most obvious use for this refined material, but beeswax may also be used to enhance leather goods, or be mixed with dye to create painting supplies. It is not the most difficult material to create, though keeping the quality consistent for such a large batch speaks well of your attention to detail. I had thought to be content with not more than a convenient lackey at hand, but mayhap with further training. We must somehow supplement your studies, but I am loath to be parted from my workbench. Thankfully, I'm aware of the perfect solution to this quandary: tradecraft levs. A selection of alchemical odd jobs should be available to you at the Adventurers Guild. Simply speak with the fellow at the desk, Eustace, I think it was. In any case, you should be provided with ample opportunity to practice your discipline, and even receive payment while doing so. Remember, your improvement is of my utmost concern. Should probably take that. Oh, hey, we're level 12. We should unlock levs. We really should. You know what? That'll be the last thing we do tonight. We have to go unlock levs. Because if I want to do them ever, they need to be unlocked. Hold on, wait a minute. You. Okay, I think it might be in Limsa where you unlock these. As always, when it comes to like this pretty bog standard, pretty bland unlock quest, I'll just be explaining what they are, and we'll be skipping the dialogue. Lev quests are a kind of daily quest that you can do, where you get some amount of money in EXP every day. You get lev allowances that build up over time. One of these. Oh, you! You have the challenge log. Give me that. Oh, it feels to have one too many. Shut up. So, the challenge log is a really important source of, like, EXP and, like, shit. What? Okay, hold on. Before we go down there. Issue levs, we have to talk to this person. And then we have to go to Swift Perch. Okay, we have to visit this guy at the Fisherman's Guild. And then we get the challenge log. That Beauty is Only Scalps Deep quest is too good for me to skip it, so we're not skipping it. That'll be one we'll just do another time. You. Okay. So this unlocks the challenge log. It's a list of weekly objectives that are really important. I want the potions, actually. It's just a list of very nice weekly things that you can do. The only log we haven't unlocked yet now, like, is the sightseeing log, which I actually don't remember where that is. Anyways, we have to go to Swift Perch. Lev quests are, for the most part, considered pretty bland and terrible. They are objectively just busy work. You have to accept them out of a menu, and then you have to start them in a specific location. So, we're here now. Okay, here we go. So we have to take out Big Claw here. He's dead. No. Literally just walk there. There we go. So, Levs are, fuck, that guy has guild hests as well. We'll talk about guild hests some other time. Those are not going to be for tonight. Guild hests are terrible, by the way. They're the worst pieces of content in the game, arguably, because they offer absolutely no lessons to learn. They are simply nothing, actually. Honestly, it's tempting to do... You know, we'll start the Carpenter quest. Just so I remember that's what we were up to. Nothing groundbreaking will happen in here, so... Oh, we also have to do the Culinarian level 10 to get all of them to level 10. A lot to do for crafters. Just so much. Good, you have proven you know how to grip a saw, but do not mistake it for a mere tool, for it is a part of you, of your arm, and you can put down part of your... Or can you put down part of your arm? No. Mark me, then. If you do put it down, and worse, lose the bloody thing, I shall use mine own saw to demonstrate you the pain of losing a limb. Ah, but I jest. One-armed carpenters are scarcely half as useful in my experience. In any case, merely holding a saw does not make you a carpenter, whatever some might think. You must become one with it, learn to feel with it as you work the wood. To wit, you must first know the wood. Demonstrate your knowledge by bringing me a length of maple lumber. Maple lumber is made from maple logs, just so. Our man, Fariol, by the entrance, will furnish you with such logs for a nominal price. Of course, any fool that knows fresh-cut logs are laden with water. To protect against decay, use wind shards to hasten the natural drying process. Do not forget to do the same. Wow, we didn't even set this class up. Okay. No, not you. You. 3 maple logs. There they are. As I mentioned before, Fariel has maple logs in stock. Okay, yep. Take this from me, please. Yes, I feel it. The wood tells all. There were no careless cuts. Saw and carpenter moved as one, as if dancing. Do you see this grain, how it flows softly, like syrup? Durable, yet pliant, suitable for weapons and armor both. This, child, is maple. Trace the grain with your fingertips and memorize the lines. Consider every characteristic when choosing your materials. That is what it means to know the wood. The maple lumber you have brought me is acceptable. You have passed the first test. Yet for all it has grown, your knowledge is still lacking. You must needs learn more. A true carpenter knows the qualities and uses of every tree in the forest. When you know the lines of maple better than those upon your own hand, return to me. I shall have another test for you. Until then, child. Uh-huh. Honestly, I'm gonna go a little bit later just so we can get this one off my list. Crafting log. And also, I'd hate to make the orange juice bonus, you know, go to waste. There we go. Alright, what's he want me to deliver? Plain from bearing that you and your saw have begun to move as one. Just true partners. Good. You're ready for the second test. You must be the wood. Before you brought me maple lumber to demonstrate your knowledge of wood, this time it will be to demonstrate your ability to create with it. I bid you craft me 3 maple shields. For this you will require maple lumber and bronze rivets. As you would expect, our guild supplier, Fariel, has no shortage of that which you require. Should you desire a more economical solution, however, you might consider a more traditional method of acquisition. Many materials essential to our craft are harvested by our steadfast allies, the botanists of the Great Loam Growery. Were you to befriend one of their number, you might be able to come to a mutually beneficial arrangement. Or, if you would rather not be beholden to another, you can even try your hand at botany. Now go, and do not disappoint me. Okay, we will not need the maple logs. And, we won't need this maple wand either. Were any of these orders? God, we have so much crap. We're keeping the leather. Won't need the yarn. Really won't need the yarn. We're done leveling Weaver for a while. We still haven't done leather worker, so I'm keeping the leather. Okay, maple shields require a maple lumber and 2 boxes of bronze rivets. There they are. Okay. Oh, there we go. Well, that leveled us up. Take some of the work away later. Okay. What's this? Have you already bent the wood to your will? You are no workaday carpenter, that much is plain. Well done, child. Your shields are most satisfactory. The pattern of the grain, the lingering scent of maple, your choice of materials is excellent, and the construction above criticism. Few carpenters can claim such skill. The Yellowzen once favored shields of wood. Did you know this? Today, it is not so. They, like your adventurer brethren, are wont to choose the surety of armorer's metal. But a shield of wood provides ample protection for a lower price. It is readily made and readily replaced if broken. And while not quite so sturdy, it may yet serve to spare a man his doom just as readily as any shield of metal. To imbue a shield and spear with your strength, pour your life into the wood that others might preserve their own. This is what it means to be the wood. Such responsibility is not to be taken lightly, child. You have passed the second test, and in so doing, have earned this amateur's claw hammer. Though assault will suffice for many tasks, the carpenter who wields blade and hammer both can perform this trade with greater ease. If you wish to improve as a carpenter, it is essential that you learn to use the 2 tools in combination. To continue to refine your skills, and return to me when you're ready to take the next step. 10 piece. We're level 7 now, 3 levels to go. See if I can do it quick. Okay, we need... Don't tell me this man sells growth formula alpha. You've got to be fucking with me. Okay. Synthesize just all of the ones we can make. Okay. So now we can make this cane. Probably make it high quality. Yes, we can. Hold on. I doubt we're gonna need that. Beastskin blood? Okay. Fishing rod requires a maple branch and a bronze ingot. What? Hold on. Did I buy like a not bronze ingot? Yeah, okay, I brought a I bought a brass ingot. All right. Not sure if we're going to be able to high quality this one, but we can try. I think no matter what, we're going to level up off of it, though. Yes. Okay. Ash lumber and obsidian. I just threw out a bunch of obsidian. God damn it. They wouldn't happen to sell it, would they? No. Wait, no, they do. Okay. Ash logs. I imagine we're gonna need 3. Is it just one of each? Yes, it is one of each. Ash lumber. Ash lumber. There it is. Okay. All right. Nice. Oh, the ash log got us there. Funny. Okay, let's see what he actually wants me to make. I'm pretty sure it is ash lumber he wants us to make. I see by the wearing of your saw blade, you have not neglected your carpentry since last we spoke. Very good. You will soon be ready for your 3rd and final test. In the meantime, the guild has need of your services. You're familiar with ash wood? Ah, but of course you are. I bid you craft me ash lumber. A simple task, you say. And you shan't have trouble crafting me 12 lengths. This is no jest. We used our last just a few mere moments ago. You see, this assignment is motivated purely by practical concerns. I would ordinarily handle such a trifling task myself, of course, but I'm feeling unwell, and I do believe you would benefit from the practice. Now go and do not disappoint me. Okay, we're gonna need 33 ash logs. Okay, and gonna quick synth 11 of these. Should be pretty easy. And then we're gonna end stream. I'll have to lower the quality on the high quality one I just crafted. Okay. You. Take these. Such prodigious quantity. Thank you, child. You have done your guild a great service. Ash lumber is renowned for its unparalleled flexibility. This quality makes it ideal for use in bows and myriad other weapons. By the same token, ash lumber is easily worked and thus ideal for learning the basics of our craft. Such a versatile material is understandably popular, and so we always have need of more. It may also interest you to know that ash possesses a certain medicinal properties. Tea brewed from its bark eases various complaints. Complaints such as that which I am presently afflicted. Suffice it to say, I am pleased to see that your lumber is dusted with a sufficiency of bark fragments, but don't eat my lumber. Let's return to the subject of carpentry. You have proven yourself more than capable of working without my guidance. If you wish to market your crafts to others, speak with Gorn Trant in the Carline Canopy. He has an abundance of guild loves waiting to be fulfilled. Continue to refine your skills and return to me when you are ready to take the next step. With that, we are done for the evening. This process takes fucking forever. We worked on it for 3 hours tonight, and we are still 1 quest short for Culinarian and 4 classes short, and we're just getting them to level 10. Miku, our character, is only getting these to level 70 for the most part. We're going to be doing the Allied Society quests with them at some point. So that'll take us past level 70 with at least 1 class. What class is that? That's the sightseeing log. Okay. We'll do that next time. Tire tune-in room. We're going to switch Miku back to... Actually, I'm going to make her Marauder, so I remember we have a Marauder quest to do. And with that, we send Miku to bed. And me as well. I'm tired. With that being said, there is no Thursday stream this week. I will be busy. Very busy. So, you know, no Lies of P this week. We'll be starting Bayonetta, the first one, on Friday. So that'll be fun. Lies of P will resume next week, next Thursday. Otherwise, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great night, everybody.